to the Dirty South Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Eric Lee and Lorenzo Ice-T.
What's going on, Lo?
What's up, Eric Lee in the place to be? Woo! Yes.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot of crazy things went on with the NFL in terms of fantasy. People getting hurt, people getting back on the squad, people getting taken off the squad, some quarterback controversy.
Oh, yeah.
A lot has been going down.
Yes, a lot has been going down. Quite a few injuries. I mean, this, I don't know if I want to talk too much. It's like, do you want to give out too much information about what's going on? You know what I mean? So, I don't know here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what's going on over here with my screen.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Dirty South Fantasy Football Podcast. We do this each and every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. where we get a chance to talk about the NFL as well as fantasy football. We're going to have the stardom and the sit-em, and we're going to have a little bit of the injury report, some NFL news. And if you're catching the podcast on replay, make sure that you hit the thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube and hit the notification button so you will be actually called upon when we drop new content on a weekly basis, as well as please subscribe. And if you're checking us out on Facebook, make sure that you hit the like button.
That's right. And as well, share it. I mean, Eric and I know a whole lot of people, especially on Facebook. So you pop in, you see us, leave a little comment and then let us know you saw us, say hello, especially those that attended Virginia State University. Yeah, come on, we got homecoming coming up. We got a big party coming up. So, just holler at us, let us know you checked out the link, and leave a little comment on there.
Yeah, speaking of comment, he already in the house. V.A. Rob. All right, we know he in. Steeler Nation is coming back. We're going to talk about a little bit of that, too. We're going to make sure we got that covered. Matter of fact, during the broadcast, is it too early? That's what I want to know. If you're out there, out and about, you're a Steeler fan, or if you're just a regular fan, let us know. Is it too early to start Kenny Pickett? What are you thinking, Lo?
Oh, no, it's not too early. No, not the way that Trubisky has looked. It's now time. It seemed as if the team was energized. I had a chance to see that game because the Dolphins played on Thursday night, so I was able to sit at home, watch a lot of football, and see a lot of people play. And the team became energized when he entered the game. Now, he wasn't perfect. He threw a few interceptions, but you could see the team rally around him. And I think Mitchell Trubisky just knew that his days were numbered. And when you've got that cloud hovering over you, it's inevitable, and the inevitable has happened.
Right. So eventually it had to happen.
Right.
They gave him a shot, and you can't go back. Once you put Kenny out there,
you
can't go back to
No, you can't. That's it. And the thing is, the Steelers have weapons. And for us that play fantasy football, it's like, okay, get the ball to your playmakers and let them make things happen for you, So, and that is better for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay. V.A. Rob said we're 100% right on that one.
Yes, without a doubt.
Appreciate that, Rob, for that vote of confidence on our commentary on your Steelers. So,
yeah, without a doubt. What is this? Steelers are 2-2, right?
I think so.
I'm
sure if we're wrong, Rob will let us know.
Rob will let us know. I believe they're 2-2.
Rob will let us know.
Okay.
Will let us know.
Yeah.
A whole lot of stuff going on in Big D. We'll talk about that a little later on. We've got some special guests coming up in the on the podcast. Some of our owners in our league. If you're out, Rob just you know what? I respect Rob because he was Lord! It's time.
I gave them one extra win. Yeah, they need to start Kenny Pickett. They 1-3. My bad, man.
Yeah. Woo. So other stuff going on in NFL. What's going on with Tua? Out for week number 5?
Yes, he's going to be out for week number 5. He's meeting with the NFL investigators. Either I think it's today or he's meeting with them tomorrow. So basically, they want to get a play-by-play of what happened. But someone had to lose their job, so it was going to be the independent neurosurgeon. And they basically want to know what did he do? Did he actually examine you? How it went down, But Tua's going to stick to his story. Tua's going to stick to the story that it was his back, that was one of the reasons that made him fall. Yes, did he get a little dinged up and get woozy? But a lot of people don't realize he was on the injury report before the Buffalo game about the back, and then he had it strained in that game before that particular play. So that's what he's going to tell them, that his back was bothering him prior to that happening. But
let's talk about Teddy two-glove Teddy before we do that.
I know, two gloves, right?
Two-glove Teddy. Man, Rodney Harris, what's going on, Rodney? One of my schoolmates from back in the day.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett should have started
from day one.
What do you think?
No, I'd like to sit him, have him get an idea of how the flow of the game works on the NFL level, give him a chance to sit back and watch the game. And he's got a chance to sit back and witness. Now, Pittsburgh is not in a tough division, so at 1-3, they could turn the season around. The problem with Pittsburgh is that they're missing T.J. Watt. That's the biggest problem. So, will they be able to play a good defensive game without T.J. Watt on the field? That's the biggest problem for them.
Now, you just said that the AFC North wasn't a very good division. Bengals? Cleveland?
That's not
Baltimore.
I mean, look what's happened to Baltimore the past 2 weeks, right? Cleveland looks, they don't have Myles Garrett. You don't know how long, man. I said, that it's not a great division. So it's not. Pittsburgh is not far off away from the Bengals, the Browns, and whoever else is in there. They're not far off from that. If Kenny Pickett can come in and make some plays, yes, I believe they can win that division. Cincinnati didn't look great against Miami. Miami didn't look great at all. During that game, and Miami it always comes back to the Dolphins, right? And, in that fourth quarter, the Dolphins were trailing by 5 with 3 minutes left to go. They were at the 30-yard line before Teddy threw the interception. So they could have they had the lead in the game and could have taken the lead. So Cincinnati.
It's just a matter of time before Jamar Chase hooks up with Burrow and they do what they did last time.
Well, the one thing about that particular game, the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line performed well. So they were able to get, Burrow said that was the most time he's had in his NFL career. Now, was that because of the offensive line or the inability of the Miami Dolphins to put pressure on the quarterback?
Okay.
That's what that comes down to. But Baltimore's had some tough losses. And I think if they get quarterback play from Kenny Pickett that is decent, Pittsburgh could come back.
Okay. Are you ready to put Pickett on your fantasy squad?
No. No. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'll put him on the bench. Definitely, I'll pick him up and put him on the bench, but I wouldn't start him. Not yet.
You're not ready for that yet.
Yeah, I'd definitely look at Pittsburgh's schedule. So.
If you're out and about and you're checking us out online right now, feel free to drop us a chat. We'll shout you out. Let us know that you're out there. We do this each and every Tuesday where we get a chance to talk about the NFL as well as fantasy football. Once again, if you're catching us on Rewind, make sure if you're on Facebook, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up button as well as a notification. And please subscribe. And like Lorenzo said, please share.
That's right. That's most important because we want to get those residuals.
Yeah. But while you're out there, if you see it scrolling at the bottom, is it too early to start Kenny Pickett? Now, we've already talked about it, but we would like to see your thoughts. Hit us up right there in the chat. Cooper Rush.
Well, if you have Kenny Pickett, I will say this. If the Steelers' defense doesn't improve, that means that Pittsburgh will be throwing the ball a lot to try to catch up in games. So you have to see how he performs going forward. I would definitely pick him up because Pittsburgh has good wide receivers. So I'd pick him up and then just hold him, stash him for a while.
Good stuff.
Especially if the defense isn't playing well. That means they're going to have to throw the ball a great deal to catch up.
Now, you don't hear jingle bells in the background. You actually hear the dog knocking on his collar.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Dak Prescott. Let's talk about Cooper Rush.
Hey man, if you watching these Dallas Cowboys, they are looking like a complete team. The way that their defense is showing up and playing and putting pressure on the quarterback, and that is the key to any defense. Do you have the ability to put pressure on the quarterback with a 4-man rush without having to blitz a great deal? And there are going to be problems for anyone that they play just because of the defense, and their defense travels. It can travel. If you got a good defense, it can travel and play well anyway. And Cooper Rush is just not making mistakes. As long as he's managing the games and the Cowboys continue to run the ball well, and he just manages the games the way he has been, they'll do all right until they play, a really good team. So, I mean, their schedule's been pretty, mediocre right now.
But remember how Dak got his job. He got his job when our boy went down, the turnover machine.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Back in the day when
we
were talking about I can't even think of his name. I used to dog him all the time. What's the quarterback that does the NFL show now? That he took his place.
You talking Tony Romo?
Tony Romo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did Dak get his job? Tony Romo got hurt.
Yeah.
Played well. When Tony got back, what happened? They let Dak keep the job because I think it was like 11 games or something of that nature.
So do you seriously think that when Dak is healthy, they're not going to put him back in the game? They're going to let Cooper.
For $40 million, they're supposed to.
Exactly.
They're supposed to.
I mean, it's a lot of hype.
Somebody sent me this earlier today. It said, "Coach, why you tripping, man?" He said, "Coach tripping, man."
Yeah.
That's my job.
And the problem is, think back to all the people that said that the season was over for Dallas. There were a lot of people that said it's over.
Right.
And, when you're playing in the NFC least, it's not over. It's not. It's not over. So
shout out to my man Rodney Harris again. They said they're playing well with Cooper, but they haven't played great offensive team either.
That's true. They haven't played a good team yet. Yeah, the schedule's been easy.
What do you think when they play Philly? I think it's going to be
Philly. I mean, who has Philly played? So that's going to be interesting. I mean, Philly looks good, but they racking up all these stats, but they're racking up these stats against mediocre teams. Even though I think Jacksonville is definitely improved, they're much better. But Trevor Lawrence first game up against a really good team as the Eagles are, and he turned the ball over 5 times. So. You have to see. But how many good teams or great teams are there in the NFC? That's the thing.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. We got a couple of guys. It looked like they got into the place. I'm going to introduce them. Central Michigan alum in the house. One of my good friends, Michael DeLong, along with his buddy in the place, Mr. Nick Bush. They're going to hang out with us today.
Okay.
What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
Mike is the long 14, Lorenzo, in our league.
Oh yeah, we're in the same division, right? He's 4-0 right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He's doing very well. Doing very well.
He's doing well. Him and Nick have teamed up on that squad to try to smoke us. So far, so
wait, hold up. Wait, pause. It's 2 people?
It's 2 people.
Controlling one team?
They best friends.
Oh, Lord. 2 people controlling one team?
It's 2 brains.
Oh, man.
2 brains are better than 1, yep.
Hey.
I'll tell you this, when we were drafting, we were definitely going back and forth.
I could imagine.
Long process.
Let's talk about what we see up on the screen. What do you guys think about this whole this Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott ordeal? You think it's going to end when Dak gets well?
I mean, that thumb's tough, until I wouldn't put him. I mean, Cooper Rush is playing great. It's Dak's job when he's back,
Right.
But if he's not healthy, you saw Jared Goff go out there with a broken thumb a couple years ago in the playoffs. Russell Wilson last year. I mean,
true.
I just don't think it's beneficial.
Before we get into a whole lot of this, we're going to go back to what you guys did. On the draft board, so we can talk about exactly what all you guys have done. But before we do that, we got to put them in the hot seat. We got 6 questions to ask you guys. We're going to split it up. Mike, you get the first 3. Nick, you get the second 3. It's basically like this. Coke or Pepsi, you just say which one you like, whichever one comes to mind. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Feel the burn. You're in the hot seat inside the Dirty South Fantasy Football Podcast.
That's right. You're in the hot seat. Okay, Mike. First of all, Autobot or
Decepticon.
Damn.
All right. Anakin Skywalker or Luke Skywalker?
Luke Skywalker.
Damn.
Peyton or Eli? Manning.
Peyton.
Okay, Nick. Energizer or Duracell?
Duracell.
Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson?
Oh, Michael Vick.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's, Burger King.
All right, you're officially off the hot seat. Now we know what we're dealing with. All right, so we're gonna look right now at what you picked first because you got the second pick of the draft.
We did.
First thing you got was Josh Allen. Happy with the pick?
Very
yeah.
happy.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, and I'm kicking myself because I had the number 1 pick.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I tuned into one of the first podcasts, and I remember you mentioning, like, after the first round, you saw all the quarterbacks go, and you were like, what is going on? But
Yeah.
when Nick and I were talking about it, he was like, look, man, this is going to be a guy that's going to be putting up points for the next, 6-7 years. He's now in his prime or just getting in his prime. So he was definitely a good franchise pick.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and is it your first year playing Dynasty?
It is.
It is, yeah. Yeah, so I didn't think that we go on that quarterback run, but if I had to do it again, I would have picked Josh Allen number 1 because that's what you want to start your franchise with. I mean, and then considering we have 16 teams, so, you know, you need to get your quarterback from the very beginning.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, with our second pick, I wanted Tyreek because I'm a big Tyreek fan.
Oh, y'all went back and forth with that. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Because as soon as y'all picked Jalen Waddle, I picked Tyreek Hill. Yeah.
I think we were actually circling him if he came back around too. So.
And then your third pick, you picked Gibson.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, with running backs, we were kind of stuck in a pickle, but, you know, Washington, you know, obviously needs a running back, so we thought Gibson would step in. That was really, I mean, I leaned on Nick on that one too. That was a tough pick. We kind of went back and forth there on that as well.
Well, so far so good, man. You're undefeated.
Did you consider, was J.K. Dobbins available at that time?
Yes.
It was at the 3rd round? Yeah, okay.
We actually got Dobbins as well later.
And you're undefeated right now. Actually, you guys in your division, you got the top 3 seeds right now, believe it or not. So if the playoffs started happening now, Carl would be in there with you.
Carl with the K is killing it.
Yeah, Carl with the K is killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Lorenzo, you'd be in there, so you know
Yeah,
capitalization hadn't come down yet. So.
Yeah, I'm surviving. I'm surviving, you know, with the injuries that I have. And then I had, you know, Jonathan Taylor's not performing and Kyle Pitts is not performing. And that's, you know, the number 1 pick and the 3rd round pick. You know, to be 3-1, I'm blessed to be 3-1 without having those 2 players perform. You know, and then I'm just waiting till later on in the season that I'll decide on what I'll be able to do with Deshaun Watson. So, you know.
Okay, well, speaking of injuries, man, we've seen a whole lot going on. This guy right here. Let's see if we can pull him up real quick.
The thing is about these injuries, none of us are going to be able to pick any of those backs because we're at the back of the waiver wire. Yeah. None of us will be able to get any of them.
Well, I lost this week, so I shouldn't be all the way in the back. So.
I mean, you're 3-1. I'm 3-1. They're 4-0. So we're at the back.
Yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty good.
Yeah, you know, Scotty came out and put 200 points on you. Heavy.
Yeah, Scotty will never have another day like that. Never had another day.
Hey, DeLong.
Scored like 48 points.
Yeah, hey, Scotty's in our division as well. You know, so.
Yeah, we just played him.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So we've got Jonathan Taylor. Now they say he might play. Then again, he may not play. So if you got Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines, good luck for him.
You got to.
Yeah, but I don't have them, so I don't have Hines. I have Taylor, so I don't have the handcuff.
Yeah. So, but if you're out and about, he should be in a lot of leagues. They said that 50% of the leagues he was still available. So if you're out there checking us out and you're looking for a good handcuff, definitely Nyheim Hines. I think I've had him like every year, but I didn't draft him this year for some odd reason.
But I think Jonathan's going to play.
Think he's going to play?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I think he'll play.
Okay. All right.
You know, those Thursday night nationally televised games, you know those guys want to be on the field.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they want, when everyone's watching, they want to be on the field.
Yep. You're right.
Now, somebody that we do know that's not going to play would be this guy right here.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah, he's out. That's unfortunate. See, I mean, obviously the first game he fumbled like 2 times on the goal line.
Right.
Definitely could have put up more points, but he definitely had potential. And that team's struggling. That team definitely needs some offense because they're either hardly winning or they're not putting up many points. So.
And they paid that guy number 3 a lot of money to go back there and change the whole culture of it.
A lot of money.
There's a lot of money they paid my man. A lot of money.
Too much.
All right. So, what do you think, Melvin Gordon? Is that the lick for this week? If we're talking about,
he's gonna get the rock, but he's been fumbling it too. So
yeah.
I mean,
they said he fumbled 4 times in 40 games. 40 touches.
And I think 2 of them have been taken back for 6. So you can't be having that. Easy points for the other team.
And also check, I think he's on the injury report with a strained neck.
Oh,
Melvin
yeah?
Gordon?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Double check that. I think I saw that. That's why, Boone is out there. Everybody's talking about Boone.
Okay. So if you need a good pickup,
Could be the new starter.
Could be the new starter. Lorenzo said so.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to go for him, especially if Gordon is at. Go on the app and see who's trending number 1. I think Boone is up there number 1 with like a increase of close to 1 million. He was. We had an issue with the waiver wire right after one of the games because during the games I put a couple of people in the waiver, and as soon as the Denver game it was Green Bay and the Patriots game ended, the waiver wire activated a player that I had just put in there just to hold. And Boone was one of those 2. Boone was the second one. So I wish maybe I had put Boone first. Would have got him instead. Then I wouldn't have said anything, but then everyone would have complained. How did that happen while the games were going on? You know what I mean? So I had Boone in there, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Now, one of the players is dear to my heart since I'm a Falcons fan too. Cordell Patterson.
He's out, right?
Well.
He's out, right?
He's out for 4 weeks.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Got to get his knee scoped.
Big hit.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
At least they got Mariota. I mean, he's a runner, so. I mean.
But the thing about it is, if you're out and about and you did have Cordell Patterson on your squad, the Falcons have activated Caleb Huntley. He was the guy that was running like his hair was on fire during the game, as well as Tyler Algier. That was a big draft pick. He was out of BYU or Utah, one of those Midwestern schools.
Do y'all have them? Y'all have him on the practice squad? Somebody has him sitting on the practice squad. I saw.
We don't have him, I don't think.
We don't.
We don't have him.
Oh, okay.
But if you're out and about and you're looking for a good handcuff to Cordell Patterson in any of your leagues, ESPN, your sleeper leagues, anything of that nature, those guys are probably available. So it'll help you shore up your lineup for this week, for at least the next 4 weeks, if you have Cordell. But at the same time, we've given you some other options out there. Latavius Murray activated from the Saints to play for. We just talked about it. The
Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
He was sitting on the practice squad. The Broncos said, we'll pick you up. We'll go ahead. He's just sitting there. We'll take him. We'll play him. So that tells you a lot. That's why they picked him up, because they were having some issues with, Gordon fumbling and I think his neck as well. So it's going to be a new backfield in this upcoming game. Denver's in trouble. Denver's in trouble.
Yeah. I don't know what Russ is doing.
As you know, the first thing they go to is his girlfriend. Must be Sierra. Come on, man. Must be Sierra. No, Russ getting a little older. I mean, they said Father Time is undefeated, right?
Right, he is. How old is Russ now?
Russ got to be about 33, 34.
I was going to guess 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Got to
I'm
be
not
about 33,
positive.
34. I mean, we could always pull that down. Back on the schedule, and it has been reactivated. The guy that took one in the butt, one in the leg, Brian Robertson from the Washington Commanders, he's back. Question is, do you pick him up if you don't already have him? Or is it just too early? Thoughts?
I mean, yeah, he was looking like the stud going into the season, kind of. So I was nervous when we got Gibson, and then I found out about him. So I don't think he's available in most leagues. That's the thing.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Lo?
I don't think he's available.
They said they reactivated him today.
Oh, he's not available in our league.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just talking about in general.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I have to look into that a little bit. I haven't seen too much of the Redskins this year.
Oregon slip.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that name.
So long,
I'm like, come on, man.
It's so hard.
I'm like, come on, man. It's like,
it is hard to. Yeah. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So fellas, how since this is your first dynasty league, and just in case you don't know what we're talking about in terms of dynasty league for some of our fantasy football players, dynasty league is where we actually draft the entire team and we keep it year after year after year. And based on the way that you finish is the way you get your draft pick, just like the NFL where the sorries team gets the better picks the next year. So hopefully I'm picking last next year because I've done so well this year.
Right.
So fellas, how's this whole dynasty fantasy football experiment been going for you guys?
I'll start out. I love it. I'd say that the biggest takeaway here is the defense. The defense seemed to get a lot of points, and that's something that I'm not used to at all. Fortunately, we have a lot of the players on the Bears defense, and the Bears defense have always been great. So, I mean, we've kind of been, going down that road, but still I've seen defensive players put up 50, 40 points, and it's like, what is going on? So, like, they're more valuable than the running backs, I mean, at the end of the day. So I think it's taken, like, if I did this again, I would probably go the zero running back strategy and just focus on wide receivers, quarterbacks, and just get all the young running backs and hope they get, 5-10 points, because these D-men, I mean, as you can tell, they're winning some games. So that's kind of my takeaway on this whole dynasty league.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's tough with the 16 people and then the extra bench spots, taxi squad, all that. So it's hard to pick people up on waivers. You got to know what you're doing, get lucky, kind of. So
gotta know your stuff.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah.
When we did draft a lot of young guys. That was like our motto. We got like Mike Williams, older guys. But if you look at our squad, we have a lot of young guys that are starting, but our taxi squad's full. Like we have a full taxi squad too. So we definitely are looking into the future.
Yeah. I mean, you're 4-0 right now. You and Carl 4-0 and Lorenzo 3-1. So y'all in the same division.
Yeah. Well, I think we thought the same, and and I've mentioned it to you, Eric. It's like in those middle rounds, I wanted to make sure I got bona fide defensive players that scored points, as opposed to some running backs that splitting carries. That's why I picked the T.J. Watt and the Myles Garrett when I did, in maybe like the 5th or 6th, 7th round, whenever I did. It's just unfortunate that both of them are hurt right now. For me, but those were are my running backs when they come back. So. I'm blessed to be 3-1, having them miss some games right now and have Taylor and Kyle Pitts not show up at all.
Well, Team DeLong, I mean, we're going to talk about it. We need to tell the truth, Mike. You played in our office league. You lost this week to me.
Oh,
he's right there. So I know y'all were talking about Tua. I've been so high on the Dolphins all year. I mean, Tua was my only quarterback. I drafted him like the 9th or 10th round. Yeah. Him going down. I mean, that's just a killer.
When he got 2 points, I was like, now Mike has a strong team.
Mm-hmm.
But when Tua came in with 2 points, I was like, I got a chance.
I know.
That'll do you in.
Yeah.
That was the Thursday night game where he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lorenzo, I don't have a backup quarterback.
Okay.
So I had to pick up Goff because I was literally just riding Tua.
You were able to pick up Goff?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What, he's got 4 games with 4 touchdowns or something like that? I saw that stat.
One of the best quarterbacks.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Like crazy.
Right.
I got a couple of people I need to shout out. It just says a Facebook user, Lorenzo.
Okay.
VSU was watching from Atlanta.
All right. VSU. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shout out to my guy, Mike Fox. He's saying, "What's up, Mr. Lee?" Mike, thanks for checking in. And my cousin Madeline, thank you for checking us out. We do this each and every Tuesday. 30 minutes in the bag. Guys, it didn't hurt. Easy peasy, right? We're done, pretty much. This thing goes right fast.
Oh yeah.
Man, we're glad you guys had an opportunity to come in and check us out, and we're gonna bring you back on, of course, based on the fact that you are 4-0. Let's see how this goes back in the next 4 to 6 weeks to see how it really goes down.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's what Eric. When I went on there and on the app and said, the best division in the fantasy football is our division. They were like, he was like, we'll see in a couple of weeks. I'm like, well, as of today, we have the best division in football.
There we go.
You guys are the best in the division in the league right now.
Now, let me ask you this, E, because you have the division leaders, right? And whoever wins the division makes the playoffs. How many teams make the playoffs overall?
6. If you click on the
6 out of 16. Woo.
6 out of 16.
That's rough.
Yeah, we're not. This ain't for the faint of heart. Gotta be good.
Right. I don't blame you.
We're not here for participation.
No participation trophies for us.
Right.
Either win or go home.
Do you think we'll have a problem at the end of the season with people not participating around week 14, 15, 16?
What we did was the other tournament during the playoffs is the tournament for the first pick for next year.
Oh, so like a loser bracket.
The loser bracket plays for the first pick of next year.
Yeah.
So there's something to play for.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can't.
I know where you got that from.
We'll take it.
I know how you. I know. Yeah.
That'll
Okay.
keep people engaged.
That is so true.
Folks will tank. You were like this. Did he just drop?
Oh yeah.
Ain't no tanking this time.
Right.
Keep folks from tanking.
I like it. I like it.
Let everybody know how they can find you on social media and how to follow you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, Michael DeLong, or you can follow me on Instagram at DeLong14. Nick?
Nick Bush on Facebook, and I believe it's Nick @Nick_Bush on Instagram. So that's it.
What you got, Lo?
Well, you can find me on Start 94.5 Monday through Fridays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And you can find me on Hot 105 Saturday night, 6 to 10. And, of course, IG at Lorenzo Ice T, Twitter at Lorenzo Thomas, and Facebook at Lorenzo Thomas. And Virginia State University homecoming going down this weekend. Trojans, I want to see you in the building. We got a big party. Yes.
Absolutely. You can catch me it's right on the screen at Dirty South FFL on Twitter. And if you're checking this out on the recast, make sure you hit the like button on Facebook, the thumbs up button on YouTube, as well as the notification button on YouTube. And please subscribe. And like Lorenzo says, let's just share it.
That's right. And you got to let them know where they can find you on the big TV or movie screen. What you got coming up, man? You got to plug that.
It's all good. Yeah, I guess I will. If you got HBO Max, there's a show called The Staircase. It's 8 episodes, episodic. I'm in episode 3, 4, and 8. So if you get a chance, checking us out, go to HBO Max. The show is called The Staircase. I'm actually in there with 3 Academy Award winners, 3 Oscar winners: Colin Firth, Toni Collette. I mean, I was in there with some big folks.
Yeah.
I ain't that good. They were. So
yeah.
Get a chance to check that out. And we'll catch you next Tuesday, same time, 8 p.m., where we'll discuss Week 6. Week 6 in the NFL. And we're so excited to be a part of it. Guys, thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with us.
Thank
you.
You.
The show right now, and we'll catch you guys next Tuesday.
I appreciate y'all having us on.
All right. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Hey, we're still here. We just ended the broadcast. That's all. Oh, they broke out.